YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV. Yo, Tim Westwood TV, Upper Capital Extra, with my man Shaun Wallace. Good to see you, family.
Tim, I'm good. I'm
good,
good, man.
Good to see
How
you, family.
doing?
Now,
yeah.
obviously, you're here to promote.
Yeah,
here to promote.
Chasing the dream.
What's interesting, I first met you at a student event.
Yeah, nightclub, because I do a lot of...
Exactly, I see you up in the club, man.
Yeah, I do a bit of nightclub gigging as well. Yeah.
And now, obviously, I was in the R&B room, you know, the hip-hop room.
Yeah.
And I was setting up, and you came through to say, what's up, man? And I was like, whoa. So, do you do a lot of, like, it was a student event, it was for Brighton, I think.
Yeah, I do a lot. No, Bristol, was in Bristol.
Okay.
Bristol,
yeah. And you were just, like, getting turned up.
Yeah, no, because what happens, I've got an agent who sort of gets me nightclub gigs for, student unions, and because of the fact that The Chase is so popular, so I go in there, do sort of a little an hour set, so sort of spinning tunes, taking photographs, and just meeting.
So you're spinning?
Yeah.
You're on the set?
Yeah.
Oh, right. What you be playing?
A bit of R&B. I mean, I'd love to put hip-hop my sort of music, and obviously from the genre, I like things like Mobb Deep and A Tribe Called Quest.
For real? And
that might be a bit too.
So you're on the set, and then are you talking or?
No, I just play the music.
Seriously?
Play the music sometimes, and then I basically go out on stage to sort of meet the people and sort of jam with them. On the
that night was packed.
Yeah.
And you were the headline. I was in the side room.
I know. And what happened? I had a quiz night in Wrexham, so I drove all the way from Wrexham to get there.
Whoa.
Because obviously if somebody's booked me for a gig, I'm not going to let them down.
No,
so
obviously.
I didn't get there till around. And when I heard you was there, I said I've got to come and meet you.
Yeah.
So
But you were
really
the headline,
good.
fam. I was just in the side room, baby.
You got me joking.
I was in the side room.
No,
I was in the hip hop room, man.
No.
Oh, that's mad.
Yeah.
And then I know you've been out promoting the book heavy.
Yeah. As I say, it's been out since October of last year. So
and you ain't stopped.
No. I've just come back from a 7-week world tour. New Zealand was the first place I went. The Caribbean, I just came back, and obviously the start of the tour at the end of January was in Europe. So it's been fantastic. Yeah.
And we even been doing cruises on tour.
Yeah. And people have been, totally enamoured by my story. So it's been really good.
And that is an audience with Shaun Wallace.
Yeah. And the book's called
tour.
Chasing the Dream.
Yeah, Chasing the Dream is the book.
Yeah.
And this is a heavy book.
It is a heavy book.
This is like in weight, and like even the text. There's like there's one paragraph. That's one paragraph.
I know, but
and it goes into the next page.
But it will keep your attention.
Oh,
obviously,
my days!
It will keep your attention. As I say, it talks about the first 44 years of my life.
Okay.
And it starts and finishes when I lost the Eggheads Grand Final in 2008, and I was sitting in my car, actually listening to Steely Dan because they're one of my favourite bands of all time. And I was, reflecting on the fact that I'd lost the first quiz show in 5 years, and I sort of thought this would make a really good story, sort of, charting these sort of downs and ups of my life. So
here
it is.
Excellent. Now, the thing with the quiz show, it's that general knowledge as well as your specialist subject.
Yeah.
But how do you attain that? Because we were just talking a minute ago. Like, my mind is shot, fam.
You think it is?
No, I swear down, it's shot.
No, but listen,
there's no think it is.
No,
I'm random out there.
The difference between you and I, Tim, is that I can, retain facts quickly because obviously I've been a quiz professional on TV for a number of years. I'm a trained barrister. I've been a barrister for 34 years, and you're taught to think on your feet. And if you're interested in something, you're going to remember it. Now, as I say, if I was to sit down and ask you, 20 questions about your favourite sort of music, hip hop, I'm sure you'd be able to actually pull out.
I think I'd be lucky to get one.
No,
right.
I don't think so.
Honestly, I swear down.
Listen, everybody has an interest in something. I don't care who you are. I don't care how you think you may not be bright or clever in terms of remembering things. And I'm no cleverer than anybody else. And I'm telling you that now. I'm not just basically saying that to be sort of self-effacing. Because of the fact that I've always had that passion and interest of learning, I always I thought that using your mind as a passport to actually being in control of your own destiny is the most important thing. So that's why I always go into a lot of schools, a lot of colleges, even to prisons, to young people, to basically say, listen, that is the most important thing. That will actually give you the passport to controlling your own destiny.
Now, when you talk about the power of your mind and being in control and being in charge of your life, because a lot of people like to blame everyone else.
Yeah, it's
but
easy
you've got to take responsibility now.
It is, and that's everybody can basically point a finger in relation to the reason why they're not succeeded or not doing anything. But at the end of the day, the buck stops with you, with a reflection of your own mirror. People are there to actually help and support if you need that help and support. I'm not going to sit here and basically say that I'm a self-made man, because everybody has had help and support in their journey's life.
And some people have a harder journey than others.
It's true.
Some people have a blessed journey, an easy journey. Some people are very lucky in life.
Yeah.
But no matter what the struggle, it's how you overcome that struggle, how
It
you
is.
deal with that, and deal with the mistakes you make along the way.
And that's one of the reasons I wrote the book, because people thought, I was born clever, I was born a mastermind champion. Listen, I could walk down the road in 2002. I was Shaun who? Nobody knew who I was. And obviously, in relation to the fact that I've used my mind to actually turn my life around, because as I say, for the beginning of the century, things were rough in my career, it was up and down. And I want people to realise that you do need a bit of luck, but ultimately, if you've got the talent to succeed, and you speak to the right people, you're at the right place at the right time, your life can change dramatically.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're offered like a lucky break, and it's how you max out that lucky break.
Absolutely.
Like sometimes people will just ignore their good fortune.
Yeah.
But there's also times people, there's a lot of people who have it hard out there.
Yeah.
Like, hard on the come up.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you kind of kick, you say your mind is the passport. How do you kick that in?
All right. Okay. Because of the fact that, the book's called Chasing a Dream for a reason, because, I chase my dreams and ambitions and set goals for myself. And the most important thing for me as a person in the public eye, I always say this: with fame comes responsibility, and I want to basically try and inspire the generation of young people who are going to basically be the leaders of tomorrow. I try to inspire people who have had it rough and basically want to know how their life's going to change. And I put myself forward and basically say, listen, if you read my book, you'll realise that I've had my ups and downs. And when I say I've had the downs, I'm not basically saying that I've been it's been really, really bad, because obviously bad fortune and ill luck is relative speaking.
Absolutely,
but, and if it happens to you, it feels like the world's on your shoulders. You don't know how you're going to basically.
But there's always the next man who's got it worse, and it can always get worse, and it can always get worse. You think you've got it bad now?
Exactly.
Trust me, it can get worse.
And that's why I wrote the book, because I want people to realise that I had my ups and downs in my teens. Especially in my career, the early stages of my career, because nobody's going to basically give me a big £1 million brief when you're basically starting out, and it was very, very hard to try and build and forge your career. But because of the fact that I've been fortunate enough, been blessed enough by the man upstairs who's given me the chance to put me in the public eye, I want people to realise your life can change, no matter how old, no matter your sex, age, disability, whatever. If you have that ability to succeed, you can succeed. You do need that bit of luck. You do need the right person to basically say, listen, I'll give you the opportunity to climb up the ladder of opportunity.
Yeah. And the secret is what? Paying attention?
The secret is... okay, when I was a kid, I'm not basically saying that I was a sort of bookworm, because I had my own sort of ups and downs, because when you're a teenager at the age of 15 and 16 preparing for the GCSEs, you're at that cusp between being a young adolescent and wanting to be in control of your own destiny on the one hand, and on the other hand realising you got to pass your GCSEs and your parents are basically on you to basically wanting you to succeed. And sometimes there is that conflict. It's how you strike that balance between knowing when to work, knowing when to study. And that's one of the reasons I go into schools, because I want people to realise, listen, we've all had that rite of passage. It's how you come through that rite of passage which is important. And that's why I think people like me have that responsibility to basically say to people, listen, you can do it. You can succeed.
Empowering, man. Respect that, man. So, born in Jamaica?
No, born here.
Yeah.
Born in, a lot of people think I was born in Jamaica. No, my parents were born in Jamaica.
Okay.
They came in the late 50s and 60s. They obviously divorced when I was 15. But as
Not
they,
obviously, but it happens.
Well, it happens, yeah, it does happen. But the one thing I want people to realise that, I was very, very fortunate to have my dad still in my life. And a lot of young kids don't have that sort of male role model. And I'm not saying that's symptomatic of the ills which young people or young males are suffering today, because there's a whole load of factors. And I'm not basically trying to say that I'm the sort of big daddy who try and help everybody, because you can only do your bit. But what I do try to basically say is, look at me as an example and try and use what I've achieved to try and get your own dreams and ambitions.
Yeah. I mean, I think the great thing with artists, especially UK artists, I think they're leading by example and they're bringing people with them.
Good. And that's
I
what
think
you
that's
should
the
do.
power of it.
Because,
they're bringing like management, they're bringing tour management, they're bringing security, they're bringing people from the street, from the hood, and letting them earn like illegal money and having a career and opportunity.
And so they should.
And
so they should, because the one thing I say about people who are in the public eye, people who are always famous. Guess what? we're not going to live forever. And you should be able to pass the torch of responsibility on to the next generation. So, in that respect, I think it's good that, people, like the UK artists you said, who, employ people from the street or, to basically do roles where they can actually do something worthwhile with their lives and basically think, my life is worth living. Somebody has given me a chance. And, if you're given that chance, then use it to the best of your ability.
Now, you, by trade, by profession, is a barrister who does TV as opposed to TV who dabbles in a bit of barrister work.
Yeah.
Now, are you for the Crown or prosecution?
Always for the defence.
Always for the defence.
Always defended.
Okay.
Always defended. Always defended.
That's your thing.
Yeah, that's my thing. As I say, to be honest, I was inspired by people like Ron Paul or the Bailey.
Seriously, was that your inspiration as a kid?
Crown Court as a kid. People like George Carmen, Michael Mansfield growing up. Everybody has their heroes.
Yes.
And
and they were great TV shows.
Yeah, but I'm talking about legal. Proper barristers like George Carmen QC and sort of Michael Mansfield QC, who are the top of their profession. You want to emulate people like them and use your ability to try and help. Others who are less fortunate than you. And I do publicly funded work, legal aid, and I think it's important, especially now being in the public eye, that I remain in doing that type of work, because I want people to realise everybody has the right to access to justice. Everybody. Thank you.
And if you're doing legal aid, that's not the most high paid, is it?
Guess what? I didn't go into the profession to earn money, because if you start chasing money, that's the wrong way. You've got to put your client's interest first, and if you're good at putting your client's interest first, and you prepare properly, as if you were preparing a murder case or indeed a shop stealing case, as long as you do the same preparation and you're good at your job, the money will chase you.
Yeah, absolutely. Money comes, brother.
Yeah.
Money comes. And you're quite serious in the game, like murders, attempted murders, firearms, drug trafficking. Yeah. The list goes on.
Yeah, I've done all that type of cases.
Some high-profile cases.
Yeah, but it wasn't always like that, because, when you first start off, when you come off this sort of academic conveyor belt, you qualify as a lawyer, nobody's going to say, okay, you just qualified as a lawyer, right, here's your first murder brief. You've got to basically build your career. And I'm not saying it was an easy passage. Of course it wasn't. And you know what? I'm glad I've gone through the ups and downs of my career, because it's made me appreciate it more.
Oh, you've got to have the bad times to appreciate the good times, man.
Yeah.
Got to, man.
Yeah.
Just as long as the bad times don't stick around for too long.
No.
You know
Of course, no.
Now, you stood for politics at one stage.
Yes, yeah. I only
did. An independent. Why independent?
Because the reason why I stood initially was for two reasons. Well, the major reason was because even to this day, I am still disappointed with the Labour government bringing in tuition fees. Those politicians had the benefit of free education, and I was very, very disappointed at the fact that students are now saddled with an enormous debt. To try and qualify as a barrister now, it's an astronomical sum, and I'm grateful to the fact that I had the benefit of free education. So that was one of the reasons.
Maybe you wouldn't have done it if you didn't.
I'm not saying I would. No,
but it would have been a much bigger struggle.
Because
and to start off that young at 21, 22 with a massive debt.
Yeah, exactly.
When you want to think about maybe eventually buying a house.
Yeah, exactly.
Flat.
Yeah, exactly. So that was my main platform against tuition fees, and I entered the election in 2005 with only 2 weeks to go.
Oh my days.
And I came fifth, which wasn't too bad, but I lost my deposit in the end.
Well, maybe think about it in the future, man.
No, that
not
was
your
just
game?
No, not really. That was
just
really my game.
You were just outraged.
Yeah, I was just outraged at the time.
And it happens, man.
Yeah.
Now, we really respect you as the Dark Destroyer.
Yeah.
In that environment, does those answers come easy?
No, because I mean, when I leave you now, I'm going to go home and do my preparation. I normally revise about 2 hours per day. I was revising this morning before I went to court. My regimen today: get up, do my training, go off to court if necessary.
So, what's training?
Keep myself fit.
Okay,
so next year I'm going to be 60, and I think it's important that you keep yourself fit.
So, what time do you wake up?
Normally wake up about 6:30.
Okay.
Get up and do about 1,000 sit-ups.
1,000 sit-ups?
Yeah, in the mornings. Yeah, then I've
only known people in jail who can do that.
No.
Seriously.
Sit-ups,
so is sit-ups your secret?
Yeah, sit-ups. Then what I do...
1,000 sit-ups?
Yeah.
Do you rocking the six-pack?
It's not bad for a 59-year-old.
Seriously?
For a 59-year-old, it's not too bad. Yeah. So
seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. I respect that.
Then I lift dumbbells.
So you a little home gym situation.
Yeah. Then
home gyms are the best.
Then I go for a run. Then I've got a trainer.
How long's the? Oh, you got a trainer, and he's come around to the house.
No. I train outside. Always train outside.
What, outside in the open?
Yeah. No matter what the environment.
Is that like in one of those park gyms?
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah.
That's pretty hardcore, to be honest.
Yeah, because I enjoy
And your trainer meets you there.
Yeah.
And he trains with you.
Yeah. He puts me through my paces. Yeah. Then
pull-ups, press-ups, and
the
all
whole works.
Yeah.
And that lasts about an hour.
Yeah. And that's on the. There's always a lot of bars.
Exactly.
Always a lot of bars in those gyms.
He kills me, but
I bet.
and I feel good for doing it afterwards. The worst thing about training is the thought of doing it.
Yeah, you just got to do it. Knock it out.
Just do it.
Okay, so that takes you till about 8:30.
Yeah, about 8:30. Yeah. Then wash, dress, go off to work.
Yeah.
If I'm not got any cases and I'm in the middle of a chase, then I do my revision for a couple of hours.
And what is revision? Just reading random?
No, what I normally do, I normally record all the top quiz shows like University Challenge, 15 to 1, and Mastermind.
Seriously?
And just sit down and test myself.
And so what happens, they'll ask the question, you put it on pause.
No, I don't put it on pause, just answer it.
But
I'm not interested in the questions I get right. I'm interested in the questions I get wrong.
Right.
That's what I'm going to remember.
That's what you need to remember.
Yeah. Because what's the point of remembering stuff you already know?
You already know, yeah.
Because I already know.
Yeah.
I'm interested in the question I get wrong. That's how you learn.
When somebody asks you a difficult question, does it just come to you?
Questions are only easy if you know the answer. And every Achilles has its heel.
Yes.
So I mean,
and do you try to work it out? Like when you
sometimes in a quiz, the clue's in a question.
Yes.
So if they ask you a sort of,
or you can work out which one sounds like it could be right.
Yeah. Normally, if it's a foreign derivative word, I'll normally work it out what the answer is because we're good like that. What's
a foreign derivative?
Right, like they may have a Latin word. Which
figure that out.
Right, so a French word or a Spanish word.
And you're good with language.
Very good. Very
good.
How
many languages?
No, I can't speak languages,
but you're just good with them.
I'm just good with it because I'm interested in it. Yeah. I mean, I got O-level French, but that was
I didn't even. They wouldn't let me take O-level French.
That was 43 years ago.
Yeah,
but
they wouldn't even let me take
I've always kept an interest in sort of languages, science.
In your opinion, what is the greatest quiz show of all time?
Mastermind.
You think that is the classic?
Yeah, it's the toughest quiz show in the world, and I was the first black person to apply.
And you won.
Yeah.
2004, what a great year for you, fam.
It was.
Was that the changing time?
It was a time which brought me to the public eye, and I didn't tell it a soul. When my family and friends realised when I won, when they saw it on TV, I was in Jamaica at the time.
Wow.
And the reason why I didn't tell anybody
because it's all pre-recorded.
It's all pre-recorded, and I kept that kept that to myself for 6 months because I knew it was going to change my life. But the one thing I was determined to ensure that it wasn't going to change me as an individual. So
what was your special subject?
They were all on football.
Serious?
Yeah, all on football. Yeah. So the first round was on European Cup finals since 1970.
My days.
The second round was on the England football team, all their matches at the European Championships because England were playing in Euro 2004 at the time. And because I live relatively close to Wembley Stadium, I did all of the FA Cup finals since 1970.
Oh, you've not missed a game?
No. And out of 55 questions I was asking the 3 rounds, I only got 3 wrong. Which wasn't too bad, but you've got to have a strong general knowledge, and that was my key really, because my general knowledge was really good, really, really good. Then I retired, stopped quizzing after that. Won the best quiz show in the world, and BBC asked me to come out of retirement in 2008 to become an egghead. I got all the way to the grand final. I was the only contestant out of the 32 who had to play the quarter-final, semi-final, final all in one day because I was doing trials. I could hardly say to a judge, "Oh, by the way, Your Honour, can I simply nip off so I can do a quiz show?" You'd have told me where to get off.
Yeah.
So when I lost, that's why I sat in my car. I was gutted.
Yes.
But every cloud does have a silver lining because in the October of 2008, ITV rang me up and they said to me, "Look, we'd like you to come for an audition for an exciting new game show."
And let's not front the power of daytime TV.
No.
Let's not front, man.
No.
Let's not front.
No, exactly.
I've been on some army camps and they love daytime.
Yeah.
Because they'd be watching it when they have their breakfast, whatever their time zone is.
Like, and,
you'd be ringing off, man.
I am...
students be loving it.
They do. I am truly grateful for the fact that,
do not front on daytime TV.
4 million people watch The Chase.
Yeah.
And
mad.
If anybody ever stops me on the street, I'll always have time for them, because the one thing I am grateful for is the fact, I always say to them, and they think I'm mad when I say that. I say, listen, the only reason I'm famous is because you watch it. You put me in the public eye.
You owe it all, man. And they always ask for you, and they normally end up with somebody random.
Yeah. Well,
exactly.
Not all the time.
Everybody
has their favourites, and because we all get on well as a family. Bradley's a fantastic host, and we treat everybody from the runner who makes the coffee right up to the host. We're one big happy family, and I think that translates itself on the show. Yeah.
Well, Shaun, book out there, Chasing the Dream.
Yeah.
Serious read, heavy book.
Yeah.
A lot
great
of words,
book,
baby.
Yeah, but it's great. It's interesting. It will keep you really interested.
Available online?
You can get it online on Amazon, and you can actually get it from my publishers. It's called Cranthorpe Milner Publishers.
Okay. And is there an audio version?
There's going to be. I'm going to record it soon.
Good. I look forward to it, man.
Okay, finally.
Yeah. Respect. No, I'm a big fan of that.
Cheers.
The last audio version was Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
And she reads that book nice, man.
Well, she's good. As I say, I'm in the sort of competition with her. Because when I heard that she was bringing out her book at the same time, I thought to myself, oh dear. But you know what? Guess what? We've both got a story to tell, and
exactly.
My story is just as interesting as Michelle Obama's, and I want people to read it.
Yeah, fucking A. Tim Westwood TV. Good to see you, man.
And you too, family.
Good
Respect. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Thank you.